Let me tell you, farming ain't easy. Out in the field all day, every day, and every minute of it spent watching your back.
Farming's hard work.
Won't argue with that. Blake Abernathy, you new to the Commonwealth?
Yeah, you could say that.
Good to see a new face. How about you? Ever think about working the land?
I'm sure I'll give it a try someday.
Well, good luck to you then. Maybe I'll see you at the Diamond City Market someday and we'll do a swap. Word of advice though, if you do start up a farm, be ready to deal with the raiders. Why do all the hard work when you can just take what you want at gunpoint?
What about the Minutemen? If you join up, we can all help each other against the raiders.
You don't say. I thought the Minutemen were all gone. Last time those raiders hit us, my daughter Mary tried to stand up to them. Now she's buried out back of the house. Only 21 years old, and they shot her down without a thought. So you can understand why I'm glad to hear the Minutemen are back. Although, a bit too late for my Mary.
We're rebuilding the Minutemen. You won't have to stand alone anymore.
Rebuilding? You don't know what a relief that is. I don't have much to offer, but those raiders that killed Mary, they took her locket too. It's been in Connie's family for generations. If you could get it back, it'd mean a lot to us.
Don't worry. I'll get that locket back for you.
Good. Connie feels like it's a part of Mary. I don't think she'll rest easy again as long as it's gone.
I need to ask you something.
Well, hello, handsome.
Didn't have anything else.
All right.
Engaging target. Why do they even try?
Can't see a damn thing.
There we go.
They went to great trouble to defend
Go ahead, run. I need a break anyway. We made that look easy.
I've got that locket back for you.
Hey there,
You
friend.
serious?
Preston Garvey,
That's great news.
Commonwealth Minutemen.
Connie's
Nice to
gonna
meet
be
you.
speechless.
It's
Whatever
good to see the
Minutemen
Minutemen
need,
taking the
you can
Commonwealth
count on
back.
us. We got a decent work.
Just send word together.
And Connie's sure to go lead
That's
her
what
on
we're here
prices
for.
after
Sure
what
thing.
we've done.
Now you make sure to watch yourself out there.
Nice chatting with you.
Seems to be growing well. Hey there.
Blake told me what you did for us. For Mary. I know it's not much, but any trading you want to do, I'll go easy on the price. Let me know if there's anything you want to take a look at.
How are you holding up?
Thanks to you. Better. Mary was a good kid. She had fire in her. I can't tell you how many arguments we had. That girl hated rules, and believe me, I had plenty.
You did your best.
Did I? What's the best you can do in a world like this? We knew the risks of having kids these days, and we took them, but it was worth it. I won't argue that. Anyway, enough. I'm sure you got plenty of your own thoughts to deal with rather than listen to mine. But like I said, if you need something, just let me know. It's not every day a stranger comes along and helps us out the way you did.
That'd be great. Excuse me.
I've always got time for you.
Your thoughts?
I hear a lot of talk about the railroad, helping free synths and all that. They don't sound too bad.
Just curious what you're thinking.
It's a little distracting, having you so close all the time.
How do you think things are between us?
I'm just glad we found each other. We've got to hold on to what we have, as long as we can.
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Welcome to Grey Garden, darling. This is the Commonwealth's first and only hydroponics facility, run entirely by robots.
That's pretty ingenious. I bet you can work around the clock.
And you're happy working those kinds of hours?
Of course, darling. Our unique hierarchy allows for constant operation. You see, there are two kinds of robots here. The worker drones carry out labor and maintenance. We supervisors, that is myself, Green and Brown, possess sophisticated cognition processors. We are capable of complex analysis and decision-making, a testament to the genius of our creator, Dr. Edward Gray.
Obviously, the man was brilliant to come up with something like this.
I could hardly have said it better myself, darling. Robotics and artificial intelligence were our creator's great passions, rivaled only by his love of television. Perhaps you've noticed that I possess a rather singular personality, as do the other supervisors.
You are quite the firecracker.
Well, it's definitely unique. Sort of hard to miss.
I'll take that as a compliment, darling. After all, the last thing any woman wants to be is ordinary. A few other things you should know. Talk to Green if you need supplies. If it's caps you require, Brown might have a few odd jobs. There's one other thing. A question, really. Tell me, darling, what do you think of the water around here?
I'm with the Minutemen. Did you need help with something?
Why, yes. That's what I was getting at, dear. The water. It's simply ghastly. Pressure is down. Radiation is up. Why, it's practically toxic. Just think what it must be doing to my skin. This will never do. If you Minutemen can lend us a hand, I'll be eternally grateful.
What do you need me to do?
Most of our water comes from the old Weston plant, south of here. Such an eyesore. Be a dear and pay a visit, See what you can do. Maybe tidy up the place. It must be filthy. If you can get it working again, I'm sure I can come up with something for you.
Making noise from your pinpoint camera.
Please. They say we get out of here.
It's fighting time.
won't recognize you when I'm...
Segway. Back to the music.
Cut you down!
5 stars.
Last chance to run!
Sloppy tactics, bad aim.
You're done!
I was hoping for a challenge. Guess I'll keep hoping. You should have given up.
Going down. Lower level.
You're gonna wish this was a nightmare.
darling. So good to see you. You fixed our water problem, didn't you?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, such a gentleman, too. I simply must give you something. Here, you can have some of our produce. I'll ask Greenie to give you a discount, too, if there's anything else you need. Now I simply must get back to work. Ta-ta!
By Jove! Look alive. What now?
I'll let you know if I hear of any settlements that need our help. In the meantime, make sure to offer help to anyone that needs it. That can only help our cause. Go ahead. There's trouble at one of our settlements. Sounds like they're trying to stand up to some raiders. It's a good chance to show how much better things could be if we'd all stick together. The Commonwealth's a lot bigger than I realized.
You're with the Minutemen, right?
That's right. What's the trouble here?
Some raiders have been threatening us if we didn't give them supplies. We told them to take a flying leap, now that we had the Minutemen backing us up. But they didn't seem too impressed. Said they'd be back with their friends to make an example out of us. We're not soldiers. We're hoping you can help us set up some defenses before it's too late.
Help us defend ourselves.
I just want to trade a few things.
Sure thing.
Where to next?
Guess we showed them.
Hey,
We did it! I was afraid we were making a mistake trying to stand up to those bastards. The Minutemen came through for us.
hey,
I'm listening.
got anything else for me, Garvey?
But they're worried the super mutants will come back and forth. You better get over there before it's too late.
By Elder Maxon's orders, all forms of
Ah, Paladin. Good. Now that the unfortunate matter regarding Dance has been settled, we can return to our primary mission. I'm ready, Captain. Good, because this mission demands your full attention. Now, before we launch our attack on the Institute, we need to address another threat. The Railroad. They're a small but capable group that uses subterfuge and guerrilla tactics to harass their enemies. Our tactical analysis says they could possibly hamper or harm our operations, which is a risk I'm not willing to take. If we strike them now, we should be able to maximize the amount of damage we do to their organization.
is the railroad such a threat?
Even with their relatively small numbers, the railroad is a constant threat to our operations. They've already proven to be resilient against superior forces, with a knack for disappearing when cornered. Worse still, they possess the capability to help synths flee the Institute. If we intend to end the synth menace, we need to plug the leaks. Destroying the railroad hinges on completely eliminating their leadership. Otherwise, they'll simply regroup somewhere else. To that end, here's a list of the 5 targets we believe would cause a catastrophic failure in their chain of command.
Do they all have to die?
Absolutely. It's the only effective way of ensuring that they're no longer a threat. Now, before you depart, Proctor Ingram has additional orders for you to complete.
Our sources tell us that the railroad has some sort of experimental or prototype robot in their headquarters. They're calling it the Predictive Analytic Machine, or PAM for short. Cute, huh? They use the robot for complex strategic calculations that are much more efficient than anything we can generate here. If you could use this holotape to decrypt the security on Pam's terminal, it will force the unit to return to the Pridwin. I'm certain we could put Pam's computing power to good use. Otherwise, destroy it. We wouldn't want it to fall into the Institute's hands.
I'll try to get it back here in one piece.
Good. It'd be a hell of a waste if you didn't.
I'm certain you'll do whatever it takes to complete the mission. When you're ready, proceed to the Old North Church and link up with our assault team. They'll provide demolition support and all the firepower you'll need to take the railroad down. Ad Victoriam, Paladin.
Behave yourself, freak.
Time to
If you find anything interesting in the railroad headquarters, don't forget to bring it back here.
Never a dull moment.
Stray radio signals keep pinging the array. Gonna try to filter it out.
Hull plating integrity looks good. No need for adjustments.
You're a Minuteman, aren't you? Thought so. Oh, I just wanted to say thanks for everything you fellows do.
Thanks. It's good to know. Remember to support your local Minutemen.
We need more people like you. Here, take this.
Target reacquired.
No signs detected.
Danger detected.
You're messing with the man. Someone help!
Do you see him?
Hey, over here. Drago! Look sharp. Ah! Awful brave. Real stupid. One day I'd like to knock it. Ah! What? Let's do this. Ah! Grenade!
Must be terminated.
Long now.
You cannot remain undetected for long. Regrettable occurrence. Damaged.
Weapons ready!
Is someone present? Must be terminated.
No mercy for the Institute!
Taking fire!
Who's there?
Found it!
Contact detected? Possibly.
Whoa.
Come back here, damn it.
Scrap him!
What just happened?
Your attack shut down.
Grenade out! Oh, God, don't look! Hiding in poison. They got me! Oh, God!
Critical failure.
You're going to You bastards won't take us down!
You must be destroyed.
What now? When I thought we were getting along.
Wait, what was that? False alarm, I guess.
Over here! Over here!
Standing down.
Offline.
should have run. This is goodbye.
Show yourself.
Hello?
This will get him out.
Where did you go? Grenade out.
Pam,
Security lockdown is in effect. Communication impossible.
Let's do this.
Pam,
Security.
Not now.
Secret base, my ass. Enemies. They got me. Hey! Ah! We got company.
Cash. Use them.
Get out!
Pam,
Intruder countermeasures active. This unit is incapable of... Voice communication. Security mode enabled. Voice interface is unavailable at this time.
Pam.
Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions. Ready for programming instructions. Recommend interface type RJ1.
Pam.
Factory reset mode enabled. Command mode available. Full system reset accepted. Awaiting instructions.
Switchboard all over again.
Next person that asked me to shag is getting a well-placed kick. If you get one.
Feels strange, like enemies watching.
Why the hell did a ship get all the way up there?
Eventually, just gave up.
We should have this operation wrapped up in no time.
One day, we'll put this back together. Better than ever.
Engaging hostile light attacking enemy.
Call this a fight?
Best way to deal with the
things I'll
Brotherhood
do.
Operating at full
Stay
capacity.
aware.
The Institute and their technological abominations need to be stopped, and
Well, it appears that the railroad won't be a hindrance to our future operations.
What's gonna happen to their headquarters?
The location doesn't hold tactical significance, so we'll simply post a small squad there, in case any stragglers choose to return. I'm also pleased you managed to secure Pam, rather than allow it to be destroyed. We are having it brought to the Pridwin, where it will be installed in Proctor Quinlan's office. It's an amazing piece of pre-war technology that should prove to be quite beneficial to us. Speaking of pre-war technology, Proctor Ingram is putting the final touches on Liberty Prime, and requires your assistance. Congratulations on another successful mission, Paladin. Ad Victoriam.
Captain Kells?
As I was saying, Paladin, I've received reports that supplies have been disappearing from our supply depot at the airport. I suspect this may be an inside job.
Let the scribes deal with this.
They filed the reports. This is now a security matter, and security is your job, Paladin. I want you to take charge of this investigation. Report to Night Sergeant Gavel at the base. He commands our logistics division. He can familiarize you with his unit and the depot. Beyond that, you have leave to conduct your investigation as you see fit. Report your findings directly to me. Is that clear?
Is there anything else I should know?
Gavel will fill you in on the details. But from my perspective, the strangest thing is what was stolen. Rations. Only rations. I don't know what to make of it, but it is curious.
Any other advice, Captain?
Follow every lead. Look for anything suspicious, no matter how minor. But understand, treason is a serious charge. If someone in the Brotherhood is responsible for this, I need proof before I can act.
Do I need to keep my investigation a secret?
It's too late for that. Rumors have already begun to spread. Sergeant Gavel and his team will be expecting you. But that only makes your task more difficult. Whoever is doing this will have had time to prepare.
Yes, sir.
I expect results. See that I get them. Dismissed.
Vertibird docking systems and fusion-cooled feed systems reporting green.
Superstructure integrity.
Attention, this is a reminder. Any recovered historical, technological, or social documentation should be delivered directly to Proctor Quinlan.
You look like you've been through
That is
the
all.
ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're gonna defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
And I'm betting you know right where to find it.
Of course I do. I didn't become head of ship maintenance just because of my good looks, you know? Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the mass fusion tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
Hey.
Here you go.
You can go now.
I hate to leave you, sir, but I trust your judgment. Better make your peace.
Who's there?
This'll clear him out.
Ah! Found you!
I'm gonna make this as painful as possible.
Cover me! Keep your heads down! Suppressing fire! Now!
I hear a lot of talk about the railroad, helping police and...
Hey.
Here you go.
You can go now.
I hate to leave you, sir, but I trust your judgment. Let's do this. Here you go.
It's time for us to part ways.
I hate to leave you, sir, but I trust your judgment.
Commonwealth's a lot bigger than I realized.
Better be careful. These old airports.
Since FC.
Don't get any ideas. From you folks, I wouldn't know where to look.
Attention. Bravo 6-4, report to Armor Bay 2. Bravo 6-4 to Armor Bay 2.
Wait to see your specialist. You look like you've been through the ringer, Paladin. Can't say that I blame you. That was a hell of a business with Dance. Can't even imagine having to look him in the face and pull the trigger.
If we're gonna defeat the Institute, we can't allow personal feelings to interfere with our mission.
Spoken like a true disciple of Maxon. Anyway, we need to move on to more important things now. Like getting Liberty Prime off of life support. We've been feeding him power through the Pridwin's engines, but there isn't nearly enough juice to cold start his fusion reactor. That's why we need you to find us a beryllium agitator.
Fine, just point me in the right direction.
I was hoping you'd say that. Quinlan dug up some dirt on a company called Mass Fusion. They were a power utility company before the world went belly up. The CEO was some kind of an inventor. Dreamed up all sorts of nuclear power toys. The agitator was his crown jewel. Records show he was working on it in his lab at the top of their high-rise in the financial district. That's where we're headed. Hope you don't mind a little company, because I'm coming with you.
It would be helpful if you tagged along.
I knew you'd see it my way. Kells has a vertibird on standby, waiting to drop us off on the roof of the Mass Fusion Tower. Grab whatever gear you need and meet me on the flight deck. But don't take too long. If the Institute finds out the agitator's there, they'll do everything they can to keep it out of our hands.
I'd gladly lay down.
Makes you think about what we've lost, huh?
Roger that, Scabbard. We have clearance for release. You might want to hang on, sir. Drop can be a little rough.
Never could get used to flying in these things.